Hey there, gang. This is just a quick update to my Pro Tools rant from the other day. So I did an hour and 10-minute remote session with one of the support people at Pro Tools. Yes, it took 3 weeks to get them to do it. Whatever. They were actually really great. They're only trained to know what they know. As it turned out, Bob Olson knows a little bit more because a lot of the things he said were true. And we went through everything. The long and short of it is, they recommended to me, and you're not going to believe this, but they recommended to me at the end of the session that there was an issue. They recognized there was an issue. They were like, yes, you're right, this is it. They also agreed with Bob that it had something to do with plugins. So the only way to remedy it was to go through every plugin I own one at a time, or no more than in batches of 10, and take them all out of Pro Tools and slowly put them all back in. Now, if you only have like 100 or 200 plugins, that's bad enough. Apparently, I have 703 plugins. Yes. And then, of course, multiple plugins within, different manufacturers. So yes, 703 plugins, and I had to spend hours going through them one at a time. And I found the two plugins, one of which was Dave Hill, rest in peace, Dave, who had the best, in my opinion, saturation plugin for mastering, Phoenix 2. That was causing some major problems. And then the other plugin was, not surprisingly, something sold by Acoustica, which makes super high-end plugins that I love, but are crazy CPU intensive and also cause issues. I've had issues with them in the past with AAX, with Pro Tools. And there was one of theirs called Magic Flow. I contacted them and they're like, oh, you know that Magic Flow is a third-party plugin that we just distribute. And I'm like, what? But they were going to inform them, and I'm going back and forth with their support to diagnose it, but they're going to inform the third-party plugin. It's maddening, but I got rid of those two plugins. I also noticed a couple of issues with 2 or 3 more plugins at startup that I saw were taking too long, and one of which did pause the startup, so I got rid of those. I've been working for a couple days now, pretty much without any flaws. So when is it gonna end? What I'm gonna do though, and I suggest this to everybody, is if there's a plugin that you really, really rely on for Pro Tools, and it may be CPU intensive, it may be slightly boutique-y, it may be third party. What I would do is get a wrapper, either Blue Cat or Mega Plugins by DDF, and use it in VST form in Pro Tools if you have to. If you absolutely have to use those plugins. What I'm going to do with my new computer is I'm only going to install the tried and true ones, and everything else is going to be in VST. And if I really, really need it, I'll use it in a wrapper. So I hope that's helpful. I'll be doing some stuff this week. I think I'm going to be able to maybe play a little and demo some products. So we're going to start off with the Zoom MS50G to do the shallow water and Thermae patches for you. And then I'm gonna do the LVX, and then I'm gonna do the new H90, because crazy stuff in the H90, and a few other things. So stay tuned, and thanks for hanging in there.